The video for today is all about the fight of the insiders, okay? A lot of people are becoming optimistic. You should have been optimistic already, and now no one is afraid about what might go wrong, okay? Let's look into it to see if we should keep pumping or selling, guys. On the one hand, Davis just gave us a bearish calm, but on the other hand, amazing bullish events are happening. To begin, Justin Machiguru reports that the Senate is on track to pass a bill tonight that will end the U.S. government shutdown. Then we have news from the U.S. The U.S. Senate has officially passed a continuing motion to end the government shutdown. It will now go to the House of Representatives for a final vote to reopen the government. It's almost time for the end of the year. For me, this means that the story has already been bought. The reason we're pumping is that everyone thinks the government will once again open, okay? However, what do people who believe the story do when the news comes true? They make money. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying this will happen. In fact, I believe this is very strong. Okay, for the industry as a whole, Polymarket now says that the US government shutdown will end on Thursday. Guys, that's what people are betting on November 13th. Also, the first XRP ETF is now live. The longest government shutdown in US history is almost over. What's going to happen now? Yes? Is it going to be a sales pitch? You buy the story and then sell the news? Or are we going to believe the story that other people already believe along with the news? We're going to look into it. In just one day, the crypto market has gained $150 billion. The US stock market got $1 trillion more. But why? Here's an indicator that's actually very strong, but it's a food indicator that has something to do with McDonald's, so it's kind of a weird one. The McRib is coming back to McDonald's in the US on November 11th for a short time. The McRib will be back tomorrow. Why do we need to talk about food now? We might be hungry, but that's not really the case. Since firm cryptos are who we are, McRib is back. So this is how much Bitcoin costs every month when the McRib guys come back. What happened to the price of Bitcoin? In any case, the McRib comeback began right here before the parabolic run. The McRib is back, and this is another soaring run. That's the return right there, another one. Yes? Guys, Bitcoin went up really hard every time this kind of food sign flashed. If we look at the past, that means it's about to happen again, okay? Yet another bullish signal. That means the strong side is definitely ahead right now, okay? I know this is a strange sign, but why not use it if it turns out to be right? It's been talked about all season that it might happen after all, right? That means that if Bitcoin goes up like that, all season will happen. The big question we have now, though, is why David Schwartz made a negative or bearish comment. That being said, we're seeing a lot of very good news right now. You guys must think the bulls are winning. It looks like the bulls are beating the bears, without a doubt. Now, though, the charts. Which side of this fight will win, the bulls or the bears? The news doesn't really matter, so this is the most important part, right? Guys, the story is what drives prices, okay? They see it as the thing that makes prices move in a certain way. What does the chart tell me now? I can tell from the map that we're at a very important time. This is because we're back to the structure that broke out bullish before, and we're trying it again right now. This needs to go down, I say it again. Okay, if we could get this number, right? If we could just get below this area, I mean below 4.96, guys, that would be great for Bitcoin and the whole environment, okay? As we go higher, it's like adding more fuel to the fire, but let's look to the R side to see what's going on right now. On the hourly chart, we're hitting old resistance again and could be turning into support right now on the R side. What's going on? Low, there's another low coming together. Low, there's another low coming together. In other words, this low is below that low. Does that make sense? On the hourly, that looks like a strong divergence. The same thing happens when you go to the 4-hour, right? Making another one, and at 12 hours, another one is making itself right here. Another thing is that this is a secret bullish divergence. Why look at this when it's so cheap? From that low point to that one, you can see from the R side that the R size is less than this pivot, okay? But the cost is greater than this turn, right? That's another, I believe, secret bullish divergence. Again, I say we need to go below that number right there, 4.96%, I think. Okay, if we can be crazy bullish, guys, I think, right? Because then you'll fall apart from the structure. Okay, that's how we'll know if we're going to keep pumping or if all of these rumors will turn out to be true. One more, guys, take a look at what I just said. Just put up this video, but take a quick look at this one, okay? So it must mean that it will probably come down again at some point, right? Break it if you can. Guys, it will go back up if it can't, to the point. Do you see what I just put up there? What I drew was the plainest shape. After that, I drew another low. Guys, do you remember when I drew another low like that? It happened right now. At this point, either cryptos are just about to hit the top or we're about to blast through. If you're a bull, you need to hope this keeps going down. We need to finish this task and beat this boss of about 4.96% for the Bitcoin DOM for the USDC chart. We'll have to go back down if we don't, but this is good, right? This is a beautiful sign from Benjamin Cohen that the bull market is still going strong. And because Aladdin saved it, Bitcoin was able to close above the 50-week simple moving average right on the weekly chart. The moving average is still above us, which is a strong sign that we need to be above if we still want prices to go up. The Bitcoin is being held as support right now, but I think the more you test support as support, right? The more you use a line as support, a moving average, or a signal, the more likely it is that it will break next time. Yes? What kind of test did it do? 5 times, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and 5 times. Yes, this was the 6th. Guys, let's hope we don't break below. Right now, though, things look like they're in the middle, right? We're on the mat, guys. We're right in the middle of it. There are good things happening, but we also need to keep going because bad things might happen if we don't. Why? And now Michael Burry says something. Just so you know, Michael Burry has said that Oracle and Meta might be lying about their earnings by 26.9% and 20.8% respectively. He also says it gets worse, right? Guys, Michael Burry is becoming very pessimistic. On the other hand, news is very good for the market. Why are they trying to trick everyone here? It must be Aladdin or the people who work here, right? That's what we hope to discover. So we don't get caught off guard by some crazy event blocks. Michael Burry says that extending the useful lives of assets to fake longer depreciation periods artificially boosts earnings. This is one of the most common frauds in modern times. He also says that massively ramping up NVIDIA chips and servers every 2 to 3 years shouldn't lead to extending the useful lives of compute equipment. Still, this is what all the hyperscalers have done. Based on what I know, they will incorrectly report 176 billion in devaluation between 2026 and 2028. It gets worse. Oracle will lie about profit by 26%, Meta by 20%, and so on. It will get more specific on November 25th. Watch out. Okay, this is when we need to meet. He thinks that by March, November 25th, guys. Okay, so what do you think you'll say? I think he wants more information about his short options because investing luck says so. It looks like Michael Burry, the person who called the 2008 bubble pop, is slowly but surely adding to his shorts, right? Because he thinks a huge event might be coming up soon. What then could it be? I find it strange. It really is. It's the fight of the insiders, right? The real experts basically going against each other, right? Having a fight. Who will win? David Schwartz, Warren Buffett, Michael Burry, or the government of the United States, okay? We'll see. I guess the only way to know is to find out, but our chart says we're at a very important point, okay?